Yo, what is going on, guys? It's me under here, and today we're going to be looking at the Fragor Prime. The build I have for it is an insane build, and I think you guys would enjoy it. So let's get into the Fragor Prime. This is a hammer that is the primed version of the regular hammer that you could put the Brock hammer skin on, and it 5% faster swing speed, but 10% lower channeling efficiency. It's a really good variation, but I like the look of the regular uh, Fragor Prime. You can go ahead and customize it the way you want it, but the hammer is an amazing hammer with the amazing, just amazing. So if we were to take this upon the regular Fragor, we could find this. I passed it. Wherever it is. There it is, the regular Fragor. Everything is increased. So the slash is increased by a 2.3, and same thing with the puncture, and the impact is increased by, I believe, 10.5. Yeah, 10.5. The wall attack is increased by 30%, or 30. The spin attack is increased by 30. Leap attack is increased by 30. Critical multiplier is increased by 0.5. And the critical chance is increased to by 15. Now this is where this Fragor Prime just turns into an absolute monster, because the critical chance, base critical chance, is 35%. I've never seen anything have a higher crit chance besides nothing. I don't see anything that nearly competes with this. So you got like stuff that gives you 20% crit chance and then 25% crit, but it is nothing compared to the Fragor Prime. Amazing crit chance. So the Fragor Prime is automatically a crit weapon, so the build on it is obviously crit. So we're going to put, instead of putting in your usual blood rush and body count like I do with my broken war here. Oh, put on a fucking life strike on this. Anyways, blood rush and body count, basically making any crit weapon or non-crit weapon a crit weapon. Those are what the two things are, but they take up 2 mod slots and a bunch of modding room. So if you automatically throw in a true steel, you'll increase your critical chance to 56%. Okay? And honestly, I don't know why I don't have an organ shatter in here. But we'll just go ahead and, no, we're okay. We're okay. But so we're using Crushing Ruin, obviously. Berserker and True Steel, because amazing. Fury to get that attack speed going, because it has a 0.8 attack speed, which is extremely slow. So if you put a Fury on it, it will increase it up to a 1.04. Life Strike, because you're going to be in there and you're going to be damaging a lot. Fear Strike and Shock and Touch to create corrosive damage. And since this is an impact weapon, we put in a heavy trauma to a primed heavy trauma, which increases my impact to 410, which is not that big of a deal, but what can you do about it? So my spin, leap, and wall attack are over 2,000. So the status chance on this, sadly, is only 10%, which is one of its lonely downfalls. Here's the Fragor Prime, and the 2 stances I use are Shattered Village and Raging Whirlwind. So I don't know about this one. Yeah, that one has like a cool stuff. But so the easiest one to pull off is holding block. You will do two strike, two regular strikes, and a multi-strike, and then an AoE effect slam that procs your detonated, impact, and corrosive. Okay, and then my favorite one by far is Shattered Village, where you press it and then you press pause. Which gives you a double lunge with both of them having multi-strikes, and the last lunge gives you a proc of whatever you have. Okay, so let's go for the usual corrupted heavy gunners. We'll go for 5 of them, because these guys can be a bit painful. I'll put a Bastel up there. Anyway, so here's the first stance, and yes, this is a Naramon weapon. So I'm turning invisible literally every hit. So here's the insane multi-hit. Sends them flying. Which, you know, blasts them into the air, literally. Which is why I think this is a great Naramon weapon, because of the 56% crit chance that it offers. If you put on a max true steel, of course. And I think this would be an amazing weapon. And you don't need a blood rush or a body count. This is you're good just from putting a true steel on it, and it will just shatter them. You basically, it's so easy to pull stuff off like that. So what I recommend is, if you're going against one guy, is to throw, if you have a Vauban Prime or anything, throw down a cheap CC ability and then go invis. Yeah. So I also recommend getting the Prime access, because that really helps. Let's do 10 corrupted heavy gunners. I'm probably gonna hurt myself doing this, but oh, we already got one guy. And there's no way I can't get these guys off the edge. Like, it's harder than it looks. Like, it just sends them flying. And it takes, like, whenever you do your multi-strike, it damages them a lot. And the button mash. So, yep. And then the button mash, which sends them flying, opening them up to a finisher. So you can't hit crits with this weapon. Like, it's impossible to not hit a crit every 2 seconds. This weapon is insane, and it might take the place of my favorite melee weapon in the game, because it's so consistent and it opens up one free mod slot and a bunch of mod slots too. Like, you're basically opened up more than you bargained for. So like on my kind of prime per se, it has blood rush and body count. Like, you'll see how much I take off blood rush and it gives me that 11 it gives me 11 mod slots. I can replace that with a life strike and I will be perfectly fine, but I can't because, yeah. So yeah, this weapon is honestly insane. I try hard to get it because this thing is extremely rare, but it is definitely worth it's definitely worth a primed weapon, and it definitely deserves to be a prime, or it definitely deserved to become the prime it is, and one of the best melee weapons I could possibly think of. So yeah, and if you have Crushing Ruin on it, it only makes it better. Yeah, it's just so much fun to use. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and possibly subscribe. It would make my day. And yeah, leave a like down for the Fragor Prime being amazing and maybe OP. Maybe. So peace.